Is this the best case for filmmakers and dads? Let's find out. Welcome to this case review from PolarPro. It's the Litechaser Pro 15 case and defender. This is the packaging you get. I unboxed it already because it's a first impression and kind of a review, but not a full-on review in my opinion, because reviews take time and I think you can't call it a review if you just had it for 2 weeks. I had it longer, for about 2 months now. Let me tell you my thoughts about it. And I also bought the Litechaser Pro 67mm filter adapter. This is what you get with the Pro. Let me read it. It's quite a mouthful. This is what you get with the Litechaser Pro 15 case and defender. That's the defender, that's the case obviously. It has a very satisfying mechanism. That's the defender plate. It's made out of aluminum, I think so. It's quite sturdy. It's not plastic, because I thought it will be plastic, but it's actually not. It's real metal with a nice clicking mechanism here. A button, feels great in hands. And also has a nice engraving, capture perfection in here. Overall, charging ports are nice and big. You can get normal big cables, USB-C cables through it. Speakers are still there and microphone as well. But it has no ventilation for those people that want to have heat dissipation, because as you already know, iPhone 15 Pro Max can get very hot. It's made out of rubber, or kind of like a silicone rubbery thing. It's nice in the hand. It has a very great feel to it. It's not like super slippery. It has kind of a grip to it. Let's come to the next talking point. This is the filter case for the 67mm filter. It's also a very nice case. Capture perfection is written in here, and you can use it for traveling, which is nice, because mostly I was afraid of getting a filter adapter and then having it to put it somewhere. But now I have this very nice case and I can leave my polarization filter on here, on the adapter, and just throw it in here, just close it and take it with me, which is super handy, and I like that. Also, this filter is very well made. It's the only problem with those filters is mostly with metal filters is the problem of screwing on, because metal and metal. Yeah, if you have some dust in there, it can get stuck and just a pain in the ass, but never had that with this filter at the moment. And to be honest, I didn't use it that much, because I thought I will use it way more than I did, because mostly I'm having a dedicated photo camera with me as anyways, or a video camera. But I bought it for those times where I don't have dedicated photo camera with me and I have my iPhone here. Just grabbing a quick few shots of like cars, for example, mainly for cars, because I'm shooting a lot of cars in my profession, in my professional work. This comes quite in handy when you don't have a dedicated photo camera with you and you have your iPhone with you, because this doesn't take up a lot of space. You always have your phone with you, so why not? Let's go over the downsides of this phone case. It's heavy. You will feel it. It's big, it's heavy, which can be a downside for someone that doesn't like big phones or even bigger phones, because the Pro Max is already a big phone. And now you slap on this huge case, which makes it even bigger and heavier. But I like heavy things. I like things that are not as lightweight, because I know where it is and you can feel it. But let me tell you, if you have shorts on, it can get to the point where you don't like it. But also a downside is sometimes for some people, they don't like this. Because sometimes you are in the moment and you want to take a photo, but you have to do this before you take the photo. It can happen that the moment where you wanted to take the photo is gone already and others did capture it. But the pro thing about this is it made me way more conscious about how I take photos with my phone and when I take photos, instead of just pulling the phone out and doing a quick photo. It made me think about how, should I take a photo or not? I'm a lazy person sometimes and I don't like having to remove this thing all the time. So I just leave it on, leave it covered, and I'm good to go. But when I take a photo, I'm way more conscious about how do I place the photo and what do I photograph. So it doesn't make my storage full of photos I didn't want to take and I will never look at again. So, which mostly people do, and me included back in the day, before I had this case. Another downside on this phone is the charging capabilities. You can't put this on a regular Qi charging base, like flat. You have to move it a bit on to the side, because otherwise this camera bump here, is already too big to recognize the Qi charging mechanism, and you have to slide it a bit forward and then it charges. Does it work with MagSafe? Yes, it does, which is kind of nice. The only thing I don't like is you can see the markings where the magnets are on the case, which I thought it's not the best quality product, in my opinion, although not the best looks because you can see it. Otherwise, just don't try to hide it if you can't make it seamless. And for this short first impressions video, I thought about why not ask someone that uses the phone way more than me, because I still use my red Komodo way more on professional work day-to-day basis instead of my iPhone for taking videos and making videos. But let's go over to my friend and see what he has to say about this case.
Who the fuck am I and what do I do? My name is Jo. I'll try to make pleasing car content. With pleasing, I mean pleasing first of all for myself, and I'm failing constantly, but I keep trying. What do I think of this case and how does it feel? Initially, it feels a bit cheap. Maybe that's because the plastic is too hard and it doesn't feel like my phone case, which is a Moment case, but the metal feels expensive and tasty. Once I take it apart, it feels stupid because now I'm left with an extra piece. And what do I do with this? Do I throw it after the burglar? Do I throw it into the forest? Greta says no, so I have to put it in my pocket, and now I feel like an idiot because I want to make movies. I don't want to care about stupid flaps because making movies is hard and it takes a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And now I have to focus on this little thing in my pocket, which I don't like. Now I feel like a stupid idiot, and now I feel like a smart, sophisticated guy because it sounds fantastic. And now I feel super smart and protected, and I feel like I'm capable to do anything. I can face hurricanes and winds and firestorms. Why? Because I know that my lenses are protected. What do I think about the name? Defender. I don't think it's worthy because a Defender for me is a car, and this doesn't transport me anywhere. If it transports me anything, it's into the country of inconvenience because of this stupid flap. What do I think about this? I feel like I'm more of an idiot because now I don't have just this stupid flap to carry, to worry about. I have to manage a whole nother package, a whole nother case with what in it. I don't know, I don't even care. And but they tell me to care, so I care deeply. An ND and a polarizer, hopefully into one, because otherwise I would feel even more stupid. It's just a polarizer. You can remove the reflections of lakes and cars and windows and the haters. Now the big phone feels even more big, it feels even more cumbersome. And once again, I feel even more stupid because this is my phone, this is very personal to me, and yeah, I can touch it anywhere I want, but now with this thing on, with this contraption, I can't, because once I touch this, I'm the big idiot on set, I'm the big idiot to myself, because now it has a fingerprint on it. And who likes fingerprints? I don't. Have you ever forgotten your flap?
No. Not yet.
Not yet. Would I use this for work? For my work? For my boring job? I would use it definitely because it's a boring item belonging to my boring job. But for my interesting hobby, which I love and which I like and which I have a lot of passion, which my heart burns for, I wouldn't, because it hinders the flame of my heart, because I have to take care of this stupid thing. Would I use it without the flap? I think I would use it more, but I would have to know whether the case withstands drops or not. Because with my Moment case, I know that it withstands all the drops. Why do I use an iPhone for my work instead of a dedicated cinema camera? Because I'm barely rich enough to afford an iPhone. And so that is what I use. No, it's because I have an iPhone anyway, and I want to take care of my films. I want to invest. I want to use my energy to make better films and not take care of cameras. So that's why I use an iPhone. Yeah, storytelling. Listen, I haven't barely reached whatever I want to reach. So I'm not at all happy, but pursuit makes me pretty happy. My heart burns for making better car movies. And so I love to do it. whether it's with the cinema camera or with an iPhone. I prefer to do it with an iPhone because I'm just one guy. If there's another guy there with a cinema camera, then please, by all means. It certainly improves the product, so the film. So that's why I use an iPhone, because I have limited amount of time, energy and money, and iPhone helps with all of them. Does an iPhone reach the same views or more views than a cinema camera product? Certainly it does, because the iPhone makes the connection from one heart to another easier. It's more direct. A cinema camera is big, it's cumbersome, it involves teams, so the heart connection gets lost there, or it's pretty hard to keep the heart connection. Why does it feel more engaging to use an iPhone for social media? Maybe it's because it's more common. Maybe because the place or the platform is full of iPhone videos, and so it feels like a common language to everyone, a common visual language. And if somebody's there with a highly produced video, it feels like an ad. Any last words for up-and-coming guys with iPhones? Please keep at it, please stick at it, find what interests you. I'll keep searching what interests me, and improve your videos. Don't be satisfied. Tag me in your work. I'm really curious to see what you can come up with. You can see every Monday on my channel what I try to come up with. And yeah, let's keep this discussion going. And I want to keep learning from people who are better than me. I'm really curious for whatever Pascal has to say. He taught me a lot about composition, about taking care of your camera. If you're an iPhone filmmaker, don't be envious of cinema cameras or people with more gear, because in my opinion, us people look for people. We look for the spark, we look for soul, and this soul comes up whether you're using a cinema camera or an iPhone. Keep doing it with love and out of love. But yeah, instead of focusing on the gear, focus on the love and on the craft. This is much more interesting because gear keeps changing. Gear is passing. What lasts is emotion, is connection, is love. Make movies for the heart and from the heart.
Final conclusion about this case. It's very nice, feels great in the hands. It's kind of heavy, but if you don't care about weight and size, why not? And also, it's very satisfying to take it off, putting it on. Very nice little details. Capture perfection written in here. It's made out of rubber, it protects the phone very nice. It's also cool to have adapters like the 67mm filter adapter where you can just throw it on. It's very secure. It's kind of big. It's ridiculous in my opinion a bit because yeah, people will look at you if you throw on big filters like that. It's a cool thing to use. If you use the Blackmagic camera app and you're shooting with motion blur and you can dial in your settings on the iPhone, it's kind of great with Apple Logs. Maybe for some people it's a great starting point to get into video before buying a dedicated video camera. And yeah, there's lots to say about this case. Price is fine.
If you think about getting this case and these lenses and these attachments, I would encourage you to please not, because first improve your movies and then take a really good hard look at your movies. And if the only thing that is missing to perfection with your movies is the picture, then yes, by all means, go get that lens. Go get that case. Go get a red, go get big lights, go get expensive mics, go get lenses. But trust me, the heart and the story and the reason why you want to watch and to make movies and stick at it is not because of the picture. It's because of something completely different. It's because of the itch you want to scratch, the question you want to answer to. And that is far more interesting than whatever lens or whatever camera you are using.
Yeah, overall a very good phone case for filmmakers and dads, because you know how it goes. If you are a dad and you have little children, little babies, they are out of your hands and down on the ground, and you need a very sturdy case for that, just to keep your phone safe. With those words, I'm out, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, please maybe consider subscribing, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye bye.